We're in the northwest Chicago suburbs at a campground called Paul Wolf Campground. And Wolf has 2 F's, which is this beautiful campground here in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. And it's near Michael's family. He's got siblings and nephews and nieces that live in the area. So it's really a good location for us to visit people while we're here. Where are we, guys?
We're in the prairie.
We made it to the suburbs of Chicago, and Michael has a bunch of family here. So we're gonna spend probably about 2 weeks here. Everybody's got their thing, and Michael's thing is definitely the prairie. Even the way you say the word prairie, you can tell how much you love it.
Prairie.
One of the best things about Paul Wolf Campground is that it has these trails like beyond the campsites. You can walk through the woods and into these trails. I think they're meant for horses. I think they might be equestrian trails, but you can walk them, and some of them are very wooded, like you feel like you're in Fern Gully, and some of them are through prairie. It's just beautiful scenery to get to walk through and explore. It's so great to be going on a hike with friends. We have a friend here, Raquel, who has kids a little bit older than ours, so she has all these tricks for older kids. And she suggested we bring a ball and take a ball on the walk with us. So we named the ball, and we're kicking the ball all the way on our walk. And it gives the kids some kind of motivation to keep going.
We have the classic choice with kids on a hike. We can go back the way we came, or we can continue on and try to find a way that connects back to the campground.
Definitely go back the way we came.
Definitely.
Yeah. Why press our luck?
Because it's something new.
Yeah.
So, Raquel, we have the classic choice with kids. We can go back the way we came, which we know how far that is, or we could venture on forwards and try to find a way back, which probably connects back, but you never know.
Well, all the trails we always do, they always connect back. So we can try some adventure. We maybe find some of the animals we've been seeing the poops from.
Yeah, there's a lot of good poops.
Yeah.
What if there's a wolf poop, Mom?
We should ask Bala. Maybe we should ask Bala.
Yeah.
Bala, what do you want to do? Looks like Bala wants to go.
I guess Bala decided which way we're going to go for the rest of the hike, which is back the way we came, so I'm relieved.
That's a nice bouquet.
Yes, it is.
The last time we were in the Chicago area was 2 years ago, and it was one of our first camping destinations after we got the Airstream. We were definitely RV newbies, and we stayed at the KOA, but the interesting thing is we came to scope out this campground during that trip. And at that point, we were such newbies that we thought this campground looked too advanced for us. But the funny thing is, we came back this time, 2 years later, and we came straight to Paul Wolf Campground, and it didn't look too advanced for us at all. It looks absolutely perfect. It's kind of ironic because in a lot of ways we prefer the campgrounds that don't offer sewer hookups now, because it seems like what you get in exchange for that is so worth it. Like, you know, a lot of county parks, state parks, national parks, they tend to not have full hookups like a KOA or a private park might have. But what you get in exchange for not having full hookups is just so much more space and so much more nature. It's more serene here. And it's just kind of funny that that intimidated us before. And then 2 years later, we come back and we're like, no, let's definitely stay at this campground over the KOA with all the amenities. So without a sewer hookup, it's not just about going to the bathroom, it's about gray water waste. For those of you that don't RV, what you need to think about is how much water you're using even when you brush your teeth or do dishes, stuff like that. And that's the part that's kind of hard to keep down because, you know, you want to just freely brush your teeth and do dishes. But with some practice, you get good at doing those tasks and chores without using too much water. And we've gotten really good at it. We can easily go 4 days without our gray water light turning to orange. And when we first started trying to camp at campgrounds like this, it wasn't like that at all. It was like the first or second day and our gray water light would go on. So I feel like we've learned a lot and gotten really good at limiting our gray water use.
Hey, what?
Siren.
M&M.
We're in a hotel tonight because there have been severe weather warnings for the past couple of days. And I'm glad we're here because if you go outside, the tornado sirens are going off right now. Michael's been
going off mean?
They're going meh, meh.
But going off means the lights are off, like I'm off.
Well,
Great question.
they're going on, or they're blaring.
They're going.
Yeah. We've been watching it from upstairs. There's storm activity headed directly to this area from the west of where we are now. And what it said is that there's potential for tornadoes. So I'm really glad we're in a hotel. We were here last night. Rainstorms and thunderstorms are one thing, but tornadoes we just don't mess with. If there's any hint of tornado activity anywhere near us, we go stay in a hotel.
Did you say Olive?
I'm gonna turn this horse into speed.
What?
I'm gonna turn 3.
You're gonna turn 3? When?
I'm gonna turn 5 on my birthday.
Oh, on your birthday?
I'm gonna turn 6.
Linden's gonna turn 6.
I'm gonna turn 5.
You're gonna turn 5? I'm coming back to the campsite right now because I want to see how the Airstream did without us last night. There were some pretty severe thunderstorms and even some tornadoes in the area. So we packed up the kids and went to a hotel. Wow. Wow. There's some pretty big oak trees here, and it looks like, or walnut. Looks like we got a walnut limb. This is no joke. That's not a branch, right? That's a limb. I think it's fair to call that a limb. I'm not 100% sure the cutover point between a branch and a limb, but this definitely seems like a limb to me. It didn't fall on the Airstream, so I guess we wouldn't have been hit by that, but it's pretty close. It's about 20 feet away. We do really enjoy the rain in the Airstream, and even a thunderstorm is kind of nice, but when the weather gets really severe, like severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings popping up on my phone, that's when I know it's not worth it. It's not worth trying to camp in the Airstream. I want to get my family somewhere safe for the night. It's just not worth it trying to stay up all night and worry about weather alerts. I do look around the campgrounds to see what kind of shelters they have, and that's kind of our last resort. If there is really severe weather that caught me off guard, we would run to that. But the idea of, you know, getting the kids out of bed, running through the rain and hail and lightning to get to a shelter that isn't even necessarily that safe doesn't sound like a very fun option to me. So I like to play it very safe. So instead what I do is I keep an eye on the weather forecasts and the radar and the severe weather outlooks, and anytime it looks like there's going to be conditions for storms, especially arriving in the evening or overnight, that's when we just make plans to check into a hotel for the night and wait it out. One thing we do is we keep a go bag that's packed at all times in our minivan. If we need to leave the Airstream and go somewhere else just to be safe, we've got a change of clothes for everybody and some water and snacks and stuff like that all ready to go. We don't have to pack it to leave quickly. Having grown up in this area, I know to take tornadoes pretty seriously. Last night we were watching all the weather reports, and there was a few tornadoes that touched down within 20 miles of here, so that's a little close for comfort. This guy's driving back and forth constantly picking up sticks. Looks like the severe weather is keeping the groundskeepers pretty busy. I can imagine if it were just me by myself, I might try to weather some more of these storms in the RV, but I have precious cargo to worry about.
There's tons of kids on bikes at this campground, so all of our girls are really eager to learn how to ride bikes. So they're all outside kind of practicing on their balance bikes. And we have one little bike that has pedals, and they're all fighting over the chance to figure out how to use the pedals. We've been able to spend time with family, a bunch of different family members of Michael's, and it's great being at this campsite because they can come here and we can all be together outside. The weather, besides the severe weather interlude, the weather is like just perfect here. Summer in Chicago apparently is really, really nice. We went to visit friends who live in Oak Park, which is a really cute and charming suburb pretty much in the city of Chicago, like I guess right outside. I think the Chicago subway even goes to Oak Park. But anyway, we went to go visit them, and they have 3 kids that are a little bit older than our kids. So our kids love to visit them and play with all their toys and go to the splash pad near their house. And these are friends that we haven't seen in over a year. So it's so great to be able to visit all these people that we wouldn't normally get to see if we lived in a sticks and bricks full time. You gotta tell us what these are.
These are Brazilian candy that's served in every festivity, especially birthdays. They're called Brigadeiros. And they're chocolate fudgy deliciousness. And we made special colors, so they're all the same. The ones that are chocolate have a little coffee in them. So, one, how did you know? Hold on, Lindo. You gotta wait.
Lillian, what is it called?
Brigadeiro.
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 And where are they from?
Brazil. Very stale. I like it.
Very fast.
Now, Linden, let me finish off you. Almost done. What else do kittens have? Little marks all over, fluffy marks. There we go.
Take 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say meow.
Done now. Done. Which way is the water park?
Children's garden has this big maze made out of bushes. Like, what do they call those things?
Hedges?
Hedges. No, there's a name for those types of mazes. There's one for little toddlers that you can see over, and then there's one for adults that kids can go into, and you can't see over the hedges. So you really have to think about where you're going because you will get lost. If you get to the center of the maze, you come upon a tree fort, kind of, and you can go to the top and see over the whole maze and see where you went wrong or where you went right. It has one main playground, too, where all the kids play, and there's this big tin watering can, like bigger than a grown-up, like, I don't know, 7 feet tall or something. The spout of the can mists, so it kind of sprays out this watery mist, and the kids just love it, especially when it's hot out, which it was. So that was a big hit. And the Morton Arboretum Children's Garden also has a ton of different little tree forts that have bridges and ladders and all this stuff built out of ropes and wood. So you can just like run around and climb up all these different trees and just play in the forest, and it's so fun. And we've gone there every time we've been to Chicago since they were born, which maybe has only been 3 times, but it's neat to experience the same tree forts with them at different ages because they just, obviously keep getting better and better at climbing and playing on them and stuff. So it's just such a blast to go to the Morton Arboretum with the kids. And even after you exit, there's a big grassy hill, and the kids love just running up to the top of the hill and then rolling down as fast as they can. So it's fun to watch them do that because that's the kind of stuff I did when I was a kid. I think we all did that. I think everybody probably rolled down a hill once or twice as a kid.
Uncle John's gonna make this. This is so funny that Uncle John's gonna laugh even bigger.
Can I see? You turning into a mustache median.